Hey everybody, Scott Anthony here. Our gospel this weekend for January 21st from Mark 1, 14 to 20. It's a story of Jesus calling some of the apostles, and he walks by the sea, and they're there in the boats with their nets, and he calls to them, and they come. Reminds me of a story. My one son Max, who's 15. I remember when he was about 2 years old, and we had about only 4 kids at the time. He was the youngest, and I came home from work one night, and I opened up the front door, and we lived in this little Cape Cod house that had these steep stairs that went right up as soon as you opened up the front door, and there was about 18 steps on the staircase, and one of the bedrooms upstairs was used as a playroom. And I remember coming home one night from work, and I opened up the door, and I said, "Hey everybody, Daddy's home," and normally my kids would come running to me and give me hugs and whatever, and nobody came. I don't know where they were, but from all the way upstairs, I could hear this little 2.5-year-old voice, start going, "Daddy home, Daddy home," and I hear these little footsteps, running down the hall. So I wait at the bottom of the steps, and Max gets to the top of the steps, and he looks down, and he says, "Daddy home," and I look up at him. I say, "Max, I'm home," and he goes, "1, 2, launch." And he dove at me head first from the 16th step. And my memory of this is in slow motion. He's coming at me, and he's like, this was the greatest thing in the world that he's diving, from the 16th step. And I only had time to say this little prayer, "Oh dear Jesus," and I was so worried about catching him, and he hit into me, and I caught him, and I hit into the screen door, and I think I might have broke part of the latch or whatever screen door, and I'm just holding him, and I'm just going, "Oh, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus," and he's going, this is the best thing that he's ever done in his life. And that story reminds me of today's gospel. Why does that remind me of that? Well, put yourself in Max's place in this story, right? Max is upstairs. He hears his daddy's voice. He comes to the top of the steps. He sees his dad. Max gave no conscious thought to this process, right? He just jumped. It's not like he got to the top of the steps and he was like, "There's my dad. I love him. How can I get to him as fast as possible? I will fly," right? Max didn't have that conscious thought. Max didn't get to the top of the steps and have a risk assessment, will I live? Will I die? He got to the top of the steps. He saw me. He heard my voice, and he leapt. That's what happened in the gospel today. Jesus was walking along the shore. He saw the apostles. He said, "Come follow me." They immediately dropped their nets, got out of the boat, and followed him. How were they able to do that? Because just like Max, they had childlike faith, which is all about trust. It's all about trust. From the very beginning of creation, Satan has been tempting us not to trust God. And from the moment of our original sin, God has been trying to convince us over and over and over again, even to the point of his own son dying on the cross, trying to convince us that we can trust him. Today, I will pray for you that you will have a childlike faith and that you will be able to put all of your trust in Jesus Christ. We can trust in that kind of love. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day.